Welcome to Cuvee's virtual tasting. I'm Danny Giddings with Classic Imports and Martignetti. We're gonna taste through some Jorge Ordonez selections. And who Jorge Ordonez is, he is an importer. And what he's done, starting in 1987, he started importing into the US and is arguably one of the major reasons that we see beautiful Spanish wines in this country, and really got people excited for things like Albarino and Godello. Today we're going to start with the Marqués de Gelida Brut Gran Reserva. This is a serious cava, is what I like to say. And there's plenty of cava in the marketplace that is mass produced and kind of okay quality, but not great. And this would be the next level. So, cheers, Richard.
Cheers. Now, having met one of the people from the winery, she talked about how this is a fantastic champagne alternative, as they do use method champenois to produce the cava, and they even have a touch of French, in the sense that instead of just using the typical indigenous varietals, they do add a little bit of Chardonnay. In the lees aging, where it's almost treated like a Grand Cru.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There's 20% Chardonnay in this, 20% Parellada, 25% Macabeo, and then the bulk of it is Xarel-lo. And it's aged in the bottle for 36 months. Fermentation takes place in all small tanks, all temperature controlled. So it is really well done. And I've been to some of the larger cava producers, and you just see these tanks that are the size of buildings, and they're just churning out juice. There's no love to this. There's a lot of love going into this. And on the palate, I don't know about you, but I get like the bubbles are really vibrant, they're persistent. Apple smells like a bakery, really.
Yeah,
smells like fresh bread.
Definitely a little bit of pastry dough.
It's dry, but it's balanced. The acid's there. It's still really delicate and elegant. It's complex. It's kind of got everything you love about champagne at a fraction of the cost, really. All right, great. So the next wine we're going to try, Richard, is the Avancia Cuvee de O, 100% Godello. This is from the Val d'Oros region. I love Godello. I think it's such a fun, interesting white, and something you don't often find. When they taste in front of their board of tasters for their DO in Val d'Oros, this was voted the best young white in the entire DO, was the Avancia Cuvee de O.
And if for those who aren't too familiar with that appellation, this is coming from the northwest part of Spain, right on the Atlantic. Also from a expanded region. This is coming from Galicia. So really elegant wine, very much like their answer to Chablis.
It's funny that you mentioned Chablis, because I always think of seafood with this, which I also think of with Chablis. Shellfish, smelts. I don't know why smelts always come to mind when I have Godello, but any shellfish or fried fish. I love that there's a little touch of that French oak in there. They do about 20% barrel fermentation in French oak. The rest is all stainless steel, but it also gets 8 months on the lees too. So it's got a little creamier texture. It's still a very light, vibrant wine, but it's got some weight to it, and it's still got some oomph.
Yeah, I think the connection between the two appellations is just that both are, planting within marine sediment.
Yeah, it's huge.
The fossilized shells and.
Yeah, that oceanic influence is beautiful in wine. It's one of my favorite things. Hey, welcome back. So what we're gonna do here, we're not gonna taste anymore because we still have to work and walk. But we've tasted through the first two with you. I'm gonna walk you through the next four. The next one being Bodega's Muga, the Muga Bianco. Now this is a 2020 vintage. The varietal breakdown will be 90% Biora, and then the remaining 10% is a blend of Garnacha Blanca and Malvasia. I love this wine. It's decadent, it's rich, beautiful. It's probably the benchmark for white Rioja. It's what all other white Riojas want to be, I think. They use all French oak on this, what they call Newers, because they have not been passed over, so you get a lot of that contact. It's short contact, so it's not what I would call an oaky wine, but it's everything's well integrated. It's 8 hours in the press. Tasting notes on this, it's got these great greenish, like glints of fruit, and then the nose is really perfumed and aromatic. On the palate, I would say fresh, great acidity. Still got that silky texture, which that's the French oak coming through. Perfect match for fish, rice, vegetarian dishes, tapas style. This is a great start of your night kind of wine. And then we're gonna slide into the Toro region with the Almirez. And I love, love, love Tinto de Toro. For those of you who don't know, Tinto de Toro is Tempranillo. It's just in the region of Toro, they call it Tinto de Toro. 100% Tinto de Toro. And we are gonna try 2 Tinto de Toros, in the Almirez and the Victorino. The Almirez, I think, being a little softer, a little riper cherry and kind of brandy notes, a little more anise and plum, both really elegant and powerful. But I think the Almirez, if you were gonna pick something that was maybe lighter, I would say the Almirez, very creamy, rich and aromatic. Love what they do here. And then with the Bodegas Brega, this is old vine Garnacha, and a lot of things say old vine Garnacha. These are the oldest Garnacha vines that exist in Spain. And these are pre-phylloxera vines too. Because of the sandy soil, phylloxera couldn't attack these vines. And I love this Brega. You want to talk about a stunner, a showstopper. You bring this wine to your party, to your grill. I love this wine when I'm grilling and I'm eating anything with char or any sort of smoke on it. This wine blows the doors off everybody always. And then rounding it out with the Victorino, another Tinto de Toro. Still elegant and powerful, a little bit more rustic in style. I think the flavors come through a little bit bolder than the Almirez. Both still very refined and beautiful. Love that Toro region. You're coming across, you've got Rioja here, and then Ribera del Duero, and then right off to the left of that is the Toro region. Really underrated wines in my opinion, and you can get great value. And they're both showcased here at Cuvee, these great values. And that's a wrap, and happy drinking. Cheers.